So today is going to be an interesting one. We're going to be talking about a certain era of YouTube that I was part of, and I want to know if anyone else was part of this era of YouTube. I know you guys weren't.
I was not, yeah. Maybe some people in the comments were, though.
That's what I'm wondering. If there's any of you guys out there who have been part of the raw till for vegan era of YouTube. So I thought it would be fun to go through that because it was a wild time, and when I was informed that you guys were not part of it.
No, I was not. I have no idea about it.
I've never heard of this.
It's wild.
See, in the last Star Wars episode, we talked a bit about cult encounters. Now we are going to have a cult encounter, and I'm ready for it.
So let's go a little bit into the raw till 4. Okay, so sources. I want to do a little bit of sources and some shout outs to this. So, of course, myself, because I lived in that era. So a lot of this is sourced from what I remember. But then I also found a few different YouTube channels that did some really in-depth videos on Freely the Banana Girl, so I really enjoyed that. And then I also went to their own YouTube channels to get some more sources.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
Yes. So just wanted to give those little shout-outs to some people who did some great jobs.
Man, when your cult has a figure called Freely the Banana Girl, you got to ask yourself some questions of who you're devoted to.
She's a wild one. So how did I land on this side of YouTube? We got the topic because we were talking about nutritionists, and I was a nutrition major for a time during college. And I was very passionate about nutrition. And at that point, I transitioned to a vegetarian diet. And just like that, you hear about vegetarian diets are going to be like so dangerous and unhealthy. So I was looking to people who knew how to be healthy on the diet, which now I know it's not true, but I was worried about making sure I got all my nutrients and stuff. So I started like watching a lot of these channels, and I found raw fooders and raw till 4. And I could have easily have slipped down this rabbit hole like many of others people did. But luckily, I did get out without any issues, so that's
Thankfully.
good. But a lot of people did have a lot of issues happen because of this.
Pour one out for those claimed by the raw till 4 vegan cult.
Yes. There's so many videos. There's like a whole era of YouTube where it was like no longer a vegan video, or this diet made me fat. Blah, blah, blah.
No.
So
it's like that whole like ex-Jehovah's Witness or ex-Mormon community out there that's like the shared like therapy type thing for people that are just like, I was in the clutches of this. And
yeah, exactly. That's basically what happened during this time.
oh no, did our robot camera just like stop? All right, hold on.
Okay, let's fix that.
Yeah, we're gonna fix that, and then we'll be back where we started.
Ben's back.
Yes, I returned from wherever the hell I was. Might have fallen through a portal or something. It happens.
So don't spoil anything. But what's on the other end of the vegan pipeline?
Like, what do you mean?
Like you know, like the conspiracy to alt-right pipeline. What's at the end of the vegan pipeline? I
mean, a lot of it is with the alt-right pipeline. A lot of it does go that way. That's how you get a lot of the anti-vaccine and stuff like that.
Really?
So you'll get a lot of that in the community. A lot of like government conspiracies, like the government is trying to poison us, and that is why a lot of them go on this Whole Foods lifestyle, because they're like, the government is poisoning us, trying to kill everyone. So a lot of it does lead that way.
Is it like a chemophobia thing where people are like, if it sounds like a chemical name, it's probably poison, instead of like apple, whereas an apple probably has like 17,000 chemicals inside of it because everything's made of chemicals.
Yeah.
It's
they're
that fallacy,
very anti-chemicals in so many different ways. And you'll see some people who like have some weird reasons on why raw vegan is the way to go.
All right.
They've made that choice.
Yes.
And now must live with it.
Raw foods has always been kind of a thing. Every once in a while, some places had it. But the big guy who's the big person of this is Dr. Doug Graham. Now, the doctor is in quotation marks.
Oh, no.
Is he a chiropractor?
He is a chiropractor. He does not have a doctorate in nutrition or medicine. He is a chiropractor. He literally is. Who owns his own practice and wrote books about fasting, about how that heals you, and the 80-10-10 diet, which 80-10-10 is 80% of your diet comes from carbs, 10% from protein, and then 10% from fats.
That sounds ridiculously unhealthy. Like carbs just turn into sugar inside your body, as far as I'm aware. So you're living on sugar.
They are. They're living on sugar.
Yeah.
That is very big to them, is that they're very into sugar.
Huh?
And recently on a podcast episode in 2021, he said that no vegans have died from COVID.
Really?
How do you know that?
Citation needed, doctor.
Well, how do we even like check for that? Like, do we go for every person and be like, they weren't vegan, they weren't vegan? Like, how?
Are they reading tombstones? Like, here's a graveyard. Let's see if it says vegan on any of these graves. You know?
He's very big in this community. You will find out about a lot of them found him and they went on his diet, and then a lot of them will branch off a little bit, but a lot of people do follow the 80% from carbs.
Yeah, so...
And then it could be like fats. Like when I say 10%, a lot of times it's less than 10%.
Oh my God.
Like at most, they was like a handful of nuts. Like it would be a less than that. You would want less to be...
Well, it's called fat, so it must make you fat. They're going to avoid it, right?
Where's the fiber in this?
Yeah.
Carbs.
I guess they just eat like
plants.
whole fibers, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, when you eat plants, you'll get a lot of fiber. So you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
They are eating their fiber.
But like you mentioned with sugar, they do eat a lot of fruit, and freely, like I mentioned, there's times when she was adding sugar to her things that she was eating. So she's adding even more sugar. So it's kind of a very wild lifestyle. Obviously, this is not healthy. You need a diet of kind of a mix of everything. But carbs are important, but to this level, it's a little extreme. Mm-hmm. Oh, I do remember that some people would be like, 80-10-10 cured some people's diabetes.
Oh, gosh.
Well, a lot of things can quote unquote cure diabetes. Like I've heard people say that like carnivorous keto cured their diabetes, and like you don't really want to do that either. So there's a lot of ridiculous claims that have been thrown around by probable snake oil salesmen.
Yeah, that's what a lot of this community is, basically.
Yeah, they're selling the snake oil.
So the 80-10-10 diet was based on the idea that humans are not naturally omnivores. We're frugivores.
What?
Yeah, we're frugivores, which means that we prefer fruit.
Wow, and I just talked on a couple episodes ago about how I have an avoidance and restriction disorder specifically for fruit. So
that's apparently what we are.
Apparently I'm not human.
Cooking is also a legend to produce a toxic compound that are believed to cause a lot of diseases, including cancer, arthritis, chronic fatigue. So raw foods are presented as detoxifying, easier to digest, and it's going to cause a lot more weight loss and optimal health. So that's what they sell, is that if you cook it, it becomes toxic.
Yeah.
And then I just want to point out, because this is not me hating on a vegan episode. I was vegan for 5 years, and I was perfectly healthy as a vegan. I've been vegetarian for 14 years.
Yep.
So I am perfectly healthy on those lifestyles. And the American Dietetic Association, which is the biggest dietetic association, says that a well-planned vegan diet is healthy for all stages of life.
Yeah, I believe that.
It is.
Okay.
Like infancy, pregnancy, every stage of life, it is healthy. But the thing is that you gotta have well-planned diet, like every single diet.
That's
every single diet.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, I'm just gonna eat junk food all day and be like, it's gonna be healthy throughout.
Oreos are vegan. You could eat nothing but Oreos. How about that for a diet? 80-10-10, right? Oreos.
Well, that's cooked, so that's not 80-10-10.
Yeah.
It'd be its own beast, the Oreo diet. I'm gonna go into that. I bet I could get some people on it.
But my main reason pointing out, vegan diet is healthy. It can be healthy for everyone. But 80-10-10 is where you kind of pushes. It's not very balanced, and it's not very well planned enough to make sure you're getting all your nutrition. And there's no scientific studies that really back up any of their claims that they say.
The cooking thing is crazy.
It is wild.
To believe that cooking something makes it into poison?
It's
Who
weird.
would think that?
Because cooking is what made us human.
It is.
Like, that's what helped our brain develop enough to have language and stuff.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But no, it's poisoning us.
It's poison now.
Ignore everything you've ever heard. Yeah.
That's what a lot of them do believe, that it makes it toxic, which is crazy because like if you cook certain like things like carrots, beta carotene becomes a lot more accessible. Your body is able to actually absorb it.
Yeah.
Versus eating just a raw carrot. Like it does help you to actually be able to absorb more of the nutrients. But
And there's some things you can't eat unless you cook it. So
it's true.
That's the opposite of what they believe about cooking.
But they want to eat those. Those aren't.
Yeah.
Those are not part of our diet. So there was a raw vegan side of YouTube that only ate raw fruits and vegetables. And then there was another side of YouTube where they would eat raw fruit and vegetables during the day. And then after 4, they were allowed to have one cooked high carb dinner.
So
After 4.
It magically stops being toxic at that point.
yeah, you can ignore the rules. Is that considered like a cheat meal then? Or is it just part of the same equation? Is it supposed to be good for you?
Oh, it's supposed to be good for you.
So it's not a cheat. It's not something they're like, oh, you're breaking the rules once. It's okay.
No. It's still very healthy in their terms.
Yeah.
Because some of these meals were just like potatoes, like lots and lots of potatoes, and you would eat them with like lettuce.
Oh
and
my
that
God.
was like a meal. But like
There's
a
more to life
crazy
than
amount of
this.
potatoes.
I feel so terrible, like as a foodie, that there are people out there eating raw potatoes and lettuce and shit.
They were cooking at this point.
Okay, they're cooking the potatoes at least.
Because it's at 4.
Cooked. Yeah.
Yeah, but even then, it's just like, oh my God, there's so much more joy to be had from eating than forcing yourself to eat this because you think it's making you healthy.
I will say, they do have a lot of like really interesting recipes, especially as now it's gone on. People have made a lot of cookbooks and a lot of things. So there's interesting things there, but a lot of us never get to try.
Yeah.
But still, it's very limiting.
Yeah, we're not rabbits. We can do better. Be a little creative.
So example of what raw tofu would look like. So for raw vegans, it would be a mono fruit meal, which means you would eat one fruit, a giant platter of it.
And that's how much they eat.
Yes, that's
so
one meal.
much.
The portion sizes are insane.
And then your next meal might be like a salad, a giant salad, or a smoothie. And then for dinner would be like a raw zucchini noodle thing or another salad.
Zoodles.
Yep, they have zoodles. Yep, a lot of zoodles.
Uh-huh.
And then raw tofu would be very similar, except you have a cooked meal at the end of the day, which is why I mentioned the idea of like unlimited potatoes with lettuce. Corn pasta was popular. Rice and soup.
So when they're saying unlimited, is that like all you can eat much?
Yes,
eat till you're full. And
that is the big thing of this lifestyle. And that's a big problem.
That much of it.
That's the problem that you'll see later on. Yeah. It's unlimited. You can eat as much as you want.
Yeah.
You'll never gain any weight.
Right.
What sort of black magic?
So yeah, I showed you like little clips of these people before with Freely the Banana Girl, and then that is Fully Raw Christina. But we'll kind of get a little bit more into each of them. Mm-hmm. So Freely the Banana Girl. So I showed you guys a sneak peek of her.
We have seen a little bit of Freely the Banana Girl.
But before that, you've never seen her before, right?
No, I didn't know who she was until you told me.
I didn't even know about this genre.
Yeah, this is a whole universe of unexplored.
Which is crazy because
she
she was a very famous YouTuber. She was known for being like really mean. Like she would attack people in these videos.
Oh my God.
Like she would call celebrities out. She would call like influencers and YouTubers out, and they would respond. Like some of the biggest YouTubers were getting attacked by her.
Okay.
Because of what they're eating?
Because of what they're eating, yeah.
It doesn't line up with her like run on sugar till you die worldview of the universe.
And she was very aggressive. And she also hung out with a lot of very big YouTubers too. Like she went to LA and she had like hung out with them and stuff. Was on a lot of their podcasts, like Jenna Marbles. She had stuff with her. A lot of different people had stuff with that. So
did she ever hang out with problematic people? Because that's how I feel like that discussion is going.
Oh yes, she did. But she was also problematic. So.
That's true. So yeah.
But she was using this basically as a way to sell this raw tofu lifestyle and eventually her books. But
it's all snake oil sales in the end.
But keep in mind, her diet is raw tofu. She started off as a raw fooder, but it was raw tofu. And she would eat 10 banana smoothies.
10 banana smoothies.
Wait, 10 bananas in a smoothie or 10 smoothies?
There's 10 bananas in a smoothie.
Okay, I thought you were saying 10 smoothies.
But it's still huge. It's like a big thing that she would have, like a whole, like, it was like a liter, and she would drink it. Oh my God. It's still like an insane amount.
That's probably like drinking go-go juice.
And sometimes she would add, it's probably worse. It's so much more sugar.
That's so much sugar.
She adds more sugar to it a lot of times. And that'll be one meal. Mm-hmm. How
I feel like I would get sick.
I would be so sick. Like if I eat more than like 3 Oreos, I feel sick from eating that sugar. But like, that is insane.
That's how she ate, and that's how she sold to everyone. She still sells this lifestyle today.
Uh-huh.
Kelsey, We have to make it.
Oh God.
Are you guys going to taste test it?
Not a huge liter, but like just
The freely banana
just a
smoothie?
sip.
Yeah. Well, so usually
I think it sounds good.
it's
but
bananas and dates, and then usually she adds like coconut sugar or some kind of sugar on top of it. But it doesn't sound bad.
like a little dessert cup.
Oh, a dessert cup. Okay.
Yeah, not a meal.
Not 10 bananas.
Yeah, you drink a shot of Jack Daniels, not the whole bottle.
We would have, which means you can use normal bananas, but she would often use like apple bananas because she's from like Australia and stuff. So we'd have to like try to track those down. But let's go on to they're small. They're smaller.
They're the little ones, okay.
Look, the little-ish.
Okay.
What? Oh my God, this...
So whenever you start her YouTube channel, it's like EDM music would play, and it would be her, and she would say, "Go fruit yourself."
Go fruit
And
yourself?
then it'd be like a little EDM techno thing.
This costume and this like cape, this looks like some character that would be placed on the Suicide Squad. Like sent out on some ridiculous...
This is what every one of her videos, when you watched it, it would start with this, it'd be go fruit yourself. And another phrase I love is carve the fuck up. But you'll hear that a lot more from her.
It's so aggressive.
It is.
They're
Wow.
very aggressive. I'm not joking. They're very aggressive people.
Yeah, this whole cult. I could totally see a Suicide Squad sequel that had this person in it sent out to the front lines where she's just like holding up that banana threateningly and saying, "Carve the fuck up, bitches," and then like goes and dies.
That would be in the trailer.
That would be funny though.
I would watch that movie.
Yeah.
Freely the Banana Girl sent out on Task Force X.
So a little bit more on her backstory. So she was a fairly popular YouTube, mainly around 2013 to 2015-ish. She would make big response videos to big creators to show her non-vegan foods. Whoever showed non-vegan foods, she would often attack them. She advocated for eating 30 plus bananas per day and sold diet plans that were basically nothing but raw fruits. And she would claim the lifestyle could help anyone, and she would publicly offer to let these YouTubers come live at her house, and she would feed them and teach them how to live right.
Wow. That is dedication to a grift. That's up there with among the most dedication to a grift I've ever seen.
So she grew up on a farm. It was actually a story where her dad would constantly tell him to eat a banana a day. Like that was really healthy, but she didn't. She always like kind of laughed at that, didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
At age 16, she began working at McDonald's, and she started eating a lot of fast food, gained a lot of weight. And when she became adult, she decided she kind of wanted to learn more about nutrition, but her professor was overweight. And she felt that meant that the information that was being taught was lied. Now, this is kind of a quote in regards to having an overweight professor, but she said that having an overweight professor in nutrition was like asking a homeless person for financial advice.
That's what she said?
That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah, so that was very big to her. So she ended up quitting school because of that professor.
Really, that offended her so much that she was just like, I don't need no education.
Yes. Well, she left school. She started dating a drug dealer.
As you do.
Yep. She started partying a lot. She did cocaine and ecstasy. And at 21, she became a personal trainer. And she later became a stripper and an alcohol brand promoter. So she worked a lot of different jobs.
Great resume, yeah.
She decided she didn't want to live that way anymore. And she started learning more about nutrition.
Yeah.
And this introduced her to a raw vegan diet. And I remember she had a story that she was overweight and she decided she wanted to eat fruits and vegetables, and she just rode a bike across Australia for a wagon full of fruit.
Really?
And that's how she lost a lot of weight. That's what I remember her promoting a lot back in the day.
So that's her like plan of doing this is like, I'm going to ride my bike hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles with a wagon of fruit behind me.
Yep.
And that's what she did.
She did, yep. And that's how she became hot.
Okay. And I mean, that's half of what sells it. Yeah.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
She is, but she's awful to people.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
she is beautiful.
I have to believe that's what sells it. Like people think, I want to look like that. I'm going to follow every word out of this person's mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how she sold it. So we're going to be talking about Durian Rider for a second, which basically is her boyfriend for a lot of the story.
The drug dealer?
No.
Okay.
This is a different boyfriend. Okay.
No, they broke up. But he did do drugs also. So during a rider, whose real name is Harley Johnstone, he's an Australian health and fitness YouTuber and cyclist. He is known for promoting a raw vegan lifestyle. He is fit, and he is a professional cyclist. Like, he is the real deal. He is really good at cycling.
He's in, like, Tour de France type stuff.
Yeah, like, he's really good. He used to do competitions and stuff.
Yeah.
In the 90s, he was a drug addict and claims he had periods of living on the streets and going to jail/prison. He turned his life around and became fit, and his fit group became his social group, which he says that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Drop all your friends.
Yeah.
If they're not fit, they're not worth being friends with.
But it's like those good people will make you good, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So he worked as a personal trainer, raced as a cyclist, and he became a life coach. He sells ebooks and does life coaching. He does a lot of things with, like, if you want to be rich like me, like, he'll show off money, that kind of thing. This is how you do it. Like, he gives financial advice.
Yeah.
But he also gives, like, health advice.
And all of this is just shovels in the gold rush. I mean, that's all it is, right?
And he also made YouTube videos. That's how he made a lot of content, got his people to buy his books and do the life coaching. He has also said he has used steroids within the legal limit of his cycling, but he has used steroids.
Yep.
But that is important to keep in mind because he will accuse people of using steroids in the future, even though he does too.
Does he currently?
I don't know right now, but during this time period, he openly would say he has used steroids.
So this is,
as long as it's within his legal limit for his cycling.
Within his legal limit. So is that what he's harping on the others about? They think it's like, no, not in your legal limit, or is it on any amount of steroid use?
Any amount, because he would just tell them that's how I get their muscle. So that means they're lying. They're not eating the raw till 4 diet.
Yeah, that's not pure. That's not raw.
So the pot is calling the kettle black. This is what it is. Yeah.
He was popular on YouTube around 2010s, and that's when he started dating Freely.
Matchmaking.
And just like Freely, they both have the aggressive, tough love approach to calling people out and proving that their diet is the best diet. And he is the one who loves saying "carb the fuck up."
That's his catchphrase.
That is his catchphrase. Hers is "go fruit yourself." His is "go carb the fuck up."
Man.
And they had like shirts and stuff that said this stuff, like merch.
I want both of them on Suicide Squad. I mean, they would be great. Yeah. Send them out there together.
On a cycle.
Yeah, he could have a magic bike or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I would make this movie.
Here's a nice little photo of them.
Yep. Yeah. Why must I be a grifter in love?
Yeah. So their rise to fame. So together they started posting YouTubes of attacking different celebrities' diets. They would prank teenage employees at restaurants. Like, they would go to, like, fast food restaurants and be like, what is the most greasiest food I can get here so I can have a heart attack to a, like, teenager? They would do stuff like that. They did a lot of skits, and they would do a lot of travel vlogs. I remember, like, sometimes she would post food, like, videos of her eating, but, like, the other side of a screen would be her doing squats. Like, she's, like, exercising throughout the whole video.
So you can just see a separate feed of her exercise routine while she's talking about this eating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it is one of the weird things that they did.
Yeah.
Some big moments I would like to mention. They, of course, attacked the Kardashians' diet. That's very normal. They were, everyone wanted to look like a Kardashian, so she would attack them. Now, a more sad one is that she blamed Robin Williams' death and depression and alcoholism on his diet, and that he didn't carb enough up. And that the reason why he was an alcoholic was because his body was craving sugars, so he looked at it through alcohol.
What? You don't go after Robin like that, man.
Uh-huh.
I mean, didn't he kill himself because of... he had like a dementia, right? It wasn't just like depression, right?
I think it was just depression.
I think he actually had something in his brain. I swear I've heard this before.
I don't think so.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's the reason he killed himself. Like, he was diagnosed with a rare dementia, and it wasn't just depression. Like, I think this is a commonly misconception type thing. I'll Google it.
Yeah,
I don't want to say like a fake thing.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
I haven't heard the dementia thing, but I may have heard something about something brain.
Yeah, I think he had something in his brain, and that's why, like, he just wanted to go out with dignity, and they wouldn't let him. But that could be real, could be not. I'm going to Google Robin Williams. Yeah, he had Lewy body dementia, a progressive neurodegenerative disease. It was not Alzheimer's, as was initially suspected by some. He was misdiagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and he did have symptoms. The disease significantly impacted Williams' ability to function. Yeah, a lot of people say this is why he killed himself. They were not allowing him to go on his own terms. So he just took the step himself.
But also, but that goes with what she would say too, is that again, he wasn't eating this lifestyle, and that could have cured him.
It could have. That's probably what she would say if she knew that.
Yeah. But because they did videos like this would gain them a lot of views, and they started moving their attacks to influencers. So they went away from the celebrities and went to influencers. So the fun in attacking influencers and YouTubers is that they can respond, which brought even more attention to the channel.
Oh man, start the fights.
Yep, that's basically what they would do. They would criticize people's diets, their mental health, their appearance, their skin, and prove that their diet would have fixed that person. She loved attacking fitness YouTubers, especially. And calling them scam artists, even though she also sold books and stuff too. But she would accuse a lot of them of having eating disorders and be like, don't eat like them, eat like me, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The hypocrisy is through the roof.
And Durian Ryder did the exact same thing. He would do very similar videos. And again, they're very aggressive when they attack people. It's not nice.
Yeah.
She would attack people like Vlogalates and Tana Mojo, like Trisha Paytas. And it would be a thing of like her fans would attack these people.
Yeah.
So she basically just like, what's that called on Twitch? Like rating? I think that is rating.
Yeah.
Which used to be an awful thing before it turned into like a fun thing on Twitch.
Yeah.
It used to be like a hate crime type thing where they would just send a mob after somebody to harass them.
Yeah.
So that's what she's doing.
She would send mobs after people
and
tell them to like, oh, make sure you watch her video. She made a video about you. You need to watch it, blah, blah, blah. She could fix you. And then she would attack them for... Well, a big thing that would happen is that some of these YouTubers would sue her, especially the fitness YouTubers.
Yeah.
And she would use it as a way to be like, oh, they're trying to silence me, and you guys should go attack them back. And even though there would be no proof that they're actually doing anything or if it actually did sue. Some did sue, some actually didn't sue her. They might have just sent her like a cease and desist.
Oh, yeah, I could see at least that for harassment. I mean, when you send a mob after someone.
Yeah, but she would send like full-on mobs at these people to be like, well, let's attack them even more and not let them silence me. You can't let that happen.
Yeah.
Which, again, is another part of like those like conspiracy things is being like, oh, they're trying to silence us. And people get very scared about the idea that their freedom of speech is taken away.
Every conspiracy type thing has that happen.
Yeah.
It's part of the grift.
Another big thing, like, as you can tell, she's very skinny, very fit. And that was a big part of the raw vegan and raw Telfor influence is that they're all hot. They're all hot. They're all skinny. And that's how they sold the lifestyle to everyone because you wanted to be hot like them.
Yeah, that's part of the grift. It's the worm on the hook. You want to take the bait because you want to look like that.
People wanted to pay the money so that they can lose all that weight and stop being disgusting, like she would call them.
Yeah, guys, you can do it. All you have to do is inject bananas into your veins.
Basically.
Yeah.
But to like, they would be like, oh, I'm so disgusting, so I'm going to lose all this weight. And this was the optimal way to be thin and lose weight. Now, a lot of people claim that they had an eating disorder and that this really enabled it.
I can see that. It can
definitely lead that way.
Disorder.
So going to LA. So like I mentioned, they would go out to LA and they would do collabs with big YouTubers like Jenna Marbles, Shane Dawson, Kalel and Anthony, stuff like that, Joey. And this would make them blow up even more in popularity. They did a lot of different videos with them, eating food, doing just a lot of different things, talking about it on a podcast. Now we get into the Woodstock Fruit
They
Festival.
had their own Woodstock?
Well, so, yes, raw vegan soup, not really. No.
Raw vegan Woodstock.
Yes. So this was a huge festival where vegans, mainly raw vegans, get together. It's still a thing that happens today. They would get together from around the world and they would eat raw meals, listen to lectures from nutrition experts, dance, and listen to music. Big reason for it is that, I mean, today it's a lot easier to be vegan, but back a couple years ago, it wasn't easy to be a vegan.
That's true.
There's barely any options.
Yeah.
People are very mean to vegans. Like, obviously, there's mean vegans, but people are really mean to people wanting to eat just fruit and vegetables. So this was a place that they could actually gather together and have people who had like-minded
And they could like trade notes and information and science and stuff before it was freely available.
And they would also get to eat
no
like
pun
fruits
intended, freely available.
And they would get to eat fruit and vegetables all together and eat their meals instead of having to like, go to their parents' house who's having barbecue and they're stuck eating their little salad. So this was a kind of, I see the appeal of this, and I think it's a really great thing. Besides the expert nutritionist coming there. Well, that's a little bad. But if you look on their website, they did have a festival in 2024 and are still very active on social media. So they are real. They're still fake.
They are real.
Yeah. Celebrities would attend this, like Freely and Durian Rider.
Oh, my favorite celebrities.
Yes.
Yeah.
They would attend this, and they would do panels and stuff there too.
So it's like Dragon Con or Comic Con, but for insanely toxic vegans.
Yes. Some pictures of it.
I'm
What is that?
Just kind of looks like Burning Man.
It is, basically. I mean, they have a giant fire, they're dancing around it. That's I'm pretty sure jackfruit.
It looks like a jackfruit.
Coconut. This is durian, which is smells really bad.
Yeah, I have smelled that before. It's like a wet sock.
Yeah, it's like supposed to be really gross if you've never smelled it before.
No.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be one of the worst selling fruits.
Yeah, there are places in the world where that's commonly eaten, and they have to make it public law to say, like, do not eat it in public.
Yeah.
It's something you can get fined
really
for.
Mm-hmm.
They look like they're worshiping the jackfruit.
I know, yeah. It's like Simba. They're putting it out to the gods.
So...
Oh, Thailand. Okay.
Thailand. So Woodstock Fruit Festivals were very popular. After many years of attending the Woodstock Fruit Festival, Freely and Durian Rider announced that they were separating from it. They claim it was because they ate raw tofu, because they had that cooked meal that meant that they were automatically excluded from the thing. That
they thought they were like made into pariahs.
Yes. Which, I mean, to be fair, these were raw vegans who had them as like the experts coming in. So it could have been that. But others said it was because their values differed from the festival, which could be the same thing, basically.
Yeah.
But they decided to make their own festival instead. And they called it the Raw Tel 4 Festival. And they would have it in Thailand.
Wow.
It would include lectures from both of them, a lot of group bike rides, and group restaurant events. And it was highly recommended that you bring your own bike to Thailand, or you will be missing out, because they do a lot of bike riding. So you had to imagine having to like fly your bike.
Yeah, how much does that cost? Like, send your bike over the air to Thailand. It's like a destination wedding. Like, if you want any part of this, you better foot the bill.
Are there no bikes in Thailand?
Well, I mean, you would have to you have to do so many events. You probably can't if you want to buy one there.
Yeah.
Sure, you could do that.
I just love the implication there aren't bikes
I know.
in Thailand. Yeah, you're not going to get a good one if you rent one of theirs.
I mean, all these people, they cycled all the time, so they're probably really attached to their
That's
bikes.
what I would think, yeah. They'd probably think like some rental bike you get in Thailand is like a cheap.
Well, yeah, but they're also they're biking 20 miles a day. They're biking insane things. They can't just use a rental bike because they're going to be getting their bikes back destroyed.
Yeah.
So, but that was a very big part of it. So I do remember people watching YouTubers who would get invited to these events and be like, we're going to a Thailand fruit festival, Hotel 4 festival, and they would eat a lot of meals together. And it was very cute. They would go on these great bike rides. And I was like, wow, I wish I had money to go to Thailand. I could be a part of this too.
Yeah.
Luckily, I never had money enough to do that when I was sucked in.
So you would not have been part of this.
If I had the money, and then during that time, I could have, yes. I could have definitely fallen down that hole.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of initiations happen when you go to one of these great gatherings. Like when the sun goes down, who knows? There's probably some kind of initiation rituals they do.
So here's a nice little photo of all the people who would go to this. There's Durian Rider right there. I
love that bike that's just casually dropped in the worst possible place in front of everyone, like someone just threw it there.
I'm assuming that's his bike.
It must be his bike.
To me, that looks staged.
Yeah, but why not put the bike somewhere where it actually looks like it's been positioned? It looks like it was just left there and forgotten about, and it's just photobombing them.
To me, it looks like they're oh look, bikes. We're very popular bikes. They're they're known for their bike riding, so like that's part of their images.
Why not like hold the bike or like position it or hold it above their heads?
There's too many people.
They could put it over their heads. Yeah, it would look better than having it just lying there like a forgotten piece of trash.
I just think it would look weird over there in the background being lifted. I feel like it needed to be front and center for their movement, but it is kind of weird. Again, another thing about it, like you talk about rituals and stuff.
Yeah,
they're very into vasectomies and they hate children. Like they hate children.
Interesting.
Duran Rider is very against having children and believes the benefits of vasectomy. So a lot of very young men in this movement would follow him and get vasectomies. It did cause a lot of guys who later on wanted to have kids once they got out of the movement, and they got it reverse and it didn't work.
It doesn't always take. Like they say vasectomies are reversible. They're not always.
So it's kind of a mixed bag there, especially since you're taking very young guys and brainwashing them. It's kind of a messed up situation.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because the whole raw thing is like, it's natural of the earth. And then vasectomies aren't natural.
Well, they're not natural, but they think that the world is dying. There's too many people on this planet.
So that's why they don't want to have any children. They think it's like unethical to bring children into this world. That's what it is.
And it's a quick procedure. It's not like they have to go under a lot of drugs or anything. Or
no, it's kind of just a snip,
You just go in on your lunch break.
Yeah.
I've heard a video like that where it's like, yeah, you could just do it on your lunch break. You could.
I think I've heard that too. I think people just like eat ice cream for a day afterward. And
yeah, it's very, very easy.
It's like getting your tonsils out.
Yeah. It's not like a great feeling, but it's a lot easier than getting your tubes tied.
Yeah. Men have it so hard, y'all.
They're anti-sunscreen.
Anti-sunscreen. Oh my God.
Yes, a lot of raw vegans and raw till 4 vegans are also anti-sunscreen. And they claim that the sun is healing and that the sunscreen is toxic and is what causes cancer.
Yeah, right. Do the math on that, why don't you? I bet that'll check out.
When I was looking this up, I found an Instagram, Shane Sterling, a raw vegan, who had this quote, "Raw vegans don't burn in the sun as easily as cooked food eaters. When your body is filled with antioxidants and all these other things, it helps your skin protect itself from UV damage."
Yeah, right. Okay, show me some academic sources, please.
No, right?
Those are made by Big Pharma and Big Meat and Big Dairy, so they can't trust those either.
Well, a lot of the vegan stuff is bankrolled by Seventh-day Adventists. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah?
A lot of scientific stuff is bankrolled. It's just like trace it when you can. They probably got a lot from Seventh-day Adventists for building this cult.
Having no periods is healthy.
It's not.
Oh, no.
Because of a restrictive diet, many people on raw till 4 and raw vegans lost their periods. And instead of freaking out, many claim that this is healthier to not have periods. It's healthier to not have periods. I think since then, Freely has changed her tone about having periods, but many raw vegans still push this narrative. So there was one thing when she talked about how losing her period didn't freak her out because she felt so much better because she didn't have any more toxic stuff inside her. And that's what periods are, is your body is releasing those toxins.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what it is.
It's not supposed to be like that, supposedly. Coming out is no longer vegan.
What a plot twist.
Well,
not her.
Not her.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, if it was her, that'd be nuts.
But it was a lot of huge people in the meat community. So around 2014 and 2015, this is why Freely is not as big as today as she was back then, is because during this time, a lot of people started coming out and saying that they're no longer vegan. And they would receive a lot of hates from vegans for it. Especially Freely. She loved to attack people for it. Yeah. And a lot of people seem to mention like, eating disorders and other health issues. This is where we also started seeing a lot of people accusing the raw till 4 diet of making them fat.
What do you bet with all the sugar?
Well, not even just the sugar. It's because the diet says unlimited food.
Yeah. The portion size is that it's all sugar. That's not healthy.
You can't. Sorry. I mean, even if you don't eat anything with sugar in it, if you're eating unlimited calories, that's still going to make you gain weight. You can't eat unlimited food. So Freely would fight back and say that the diet actually takes many years to actually work. She would say that this is not a quick fix. you have to eat like this for many years, and all of a sudden you'll become hot. Is basically what she was saying.
Yeah, no, trust me, it'll work eventually.
Yeah.
Stick with the process. Yeah.
It's just something you have to continue on with it.
It's like QAnon people just being like, no, the storm is coming. Trust me, I know it didn't come the last 17 times we said it would, but you got to stay on the boat. It'll be here. They were laughing at Noah when he said the flood is coming. They weren't when the flood came.
Yeah, it was just like one of those things. She also would say that she also gained weight when she initially went on it. And it just takes many years for your body to get rid of all those toxins and fix itself. So now we're going to take a small little break from Freely and Durian to talk about some key players in this movement. Because there's a lot more than just Freely and Durian. Fully Rock Christina.
This is the other one you showed us, yeah.
Yes. We talked about her for a minute. She wasn't doing so well health-wise, and she found a raw food diet, and that cured her, basically. She opened her own food co-op and posted her lifestyle on YouTube and made ebooks. She made a lot of claims that have no scientific backing, like the raw vegan diet changed her eye color. She went from having brown eyes to green eyes.
Okay.
Greenish blue eyes.
That just happens over time in some people. It doesn't have to do with what you eat.
Yeah, I have brown eyes. They used to be so much darker. Now they're not.
Yeah, so she claimed that was her body getting rid of all the toxins.
Yeah, so that's what eye color is. It's just toxins waiting to be expelled.
That's what she was saying, yeah.
Like, things lose pigment as you age. Yeah. That's why your hair turns gray, too.
Yeah. No, your hair turns gray because you're expelling toxins.
Oh, that's so true.
All the pigment in your hair.
Your hair is actually naturally supposed to be white and gray.
Yeah.
She would also claim to be vegan, but she would do things like riding elephants or wearing leather, which is not vegan.
No, if you really buy the whole lifestyle, that flies in the face of it.
It's not just diet, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's about animal.
She is still very active in the raw vegan diet and still posts on YouTube and still a raw vegan. So that's very important to point out because a lot of them are not vegan anymore. Raw alignment. She was a very popular YouTuber. She had a large following and a raw vegan diet. And she was allegedly caught in Mexico eating meat and was forced to say she was no longer vegan in an apology video.
So she was like exposed. This community turned on her.
A few of them were exposed this way.
Oh man.
The apology video era of YouTube.
Yeah, so it's just no longer vegan. I lied to you. I'm sorry.
I'm picturing like the Travis Scott apology video where it's like black and white and in slow motion. I'm so sorry.
She quickly came back to YouTube after 30 days with a 30s day on carnivore diet. So she completely flopped over to the other side. So she is no longer a raw vegan, but she is a carnivore.
That is insane. That is a
so
180
she only
twist.
eats meat. And she still, I'm pretty sure she still follows a meat-based diet.
That's crazy. Okay, our camera just died over there. So what I might do is grab the other one real quick and just put it on all three of us.
Okay.
All right, so as we were...
Yes, so let's go to the next person. Yeah. Ravana, another vegan with a great big following who was caught eating fish in Bali. She got a lot of backlash because she sold a vegan diet ebooks and detox programs, and she claimed that her diet gave her health issues, but she was still selling that diet to people.
Oh, that's like terrible.
Yeah.
That's admitting it's bad, but continuing to do it.
She lost credibility and some of her following, and she has since gone more to a flexible wellness lifestyle.
Flexible wellness.
And again, no longer vegan. I want to put like a little no longer vegan or vegan at the bottom of each one.
It's like that scene in The Incredibles where he's scrolling through all the heroes that have been like terminated or gone missing. Yeah. No longer vegan.
High carb Hannah. So this is Hannah and Derek. They both followed Durian Rider and Freely's style of eating. They are both still high carb vegans, low fat, and high starch diet, which like high potatoes. They eat a lot of potatoes. They took a long break from social media, and as of today, they are still kind of active on YouTube. They kind of had a chill vibe to them, down to earth kind of thing. They would do things like he would build their own tiny home. He built a house from off the grid. They would do a lot of things like that. I was one kind of mentioned that he had a vasectomy because of Durian Rider. He was the one who wanted to have kids later on in the future.
He was the one.
He got it reversed, and they still were not able to have kids. So that was very heartbreaking for them. But they're still vegan and still high carb or starch.
So these were chiller people than like freely attacking everyone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They had a chill vibe to it. Bonnie Rebecca, another vegan who ran in the same circle as Freely. She often did go to the Thailand Rabbithole 4 festivals. And she was another YouTuber I loved. She would do things like reaction to Taylor Swift's new albums. She made a video about no longer being vegan along with the others and received a lot of hate. Anessa was another vegan who was known as like the it girl and body girls, like goals of like YouTube. But they're both no longer vegan anymore. Unnatural vegan.
Unnatural.
That's the joke on that. It's just the kind of videos she makes. So she started off as a raw vegan, but today she's a vegan, but she's a lot more flexible about it, and does eat junk food and stuff. Like she does enjoy that kind of stuff, and she makes a lot of videos where she will talk about like what Freely's eating and stuff and be like, that's not healthy. I can't eat like that. But then also she would show what she eats, and she does eat junk food. She does eat like fake meats and stuff, like unlike a lot of raw vegans. Freely loves to hate on her.
Oh, I bet.
Enemies.
Yeah. So Freely loves to attack her. She also loves to attack back Freely. But she's not as aggressive. So it's really interesting. She takes more of like a scientific approach when she talks about it. She also has kids. And that's important to mention because most raw vegans who do have kids, for the ones who do decide to have kids, they like show their kids all the time and they do those kind of thing. She never shows her kids. You never see them.
Yeah.
We just know they exist. That's it.
We've been told of them, but you don't have to see them.
But she was very attacked for not being a raw, high-carb vegan. I do love her. She's cool. I still follow her to this day.
She seems a lot cooler than these others.
Yeah.
Vegan gains.
Oh, man. Look at him. He's ripped.
He was not like a raw vegan, but he was a vegan bodybuilder. And he had this similar, like, aggressive calling out videos, especially fitness YouTubers. He would attack them. So you call people out for not being vegan, and I also remember him being very hateful to kids. That him and his like wife would like they would be like, I went to a restaurant and this kid made a noise, and that meant they wanted to kill that kid.
This kid breathed next to me.
Yeah.
They hate kids.
So they're very, very anti-child.
I don't get people like that.
I know. It's like, what the hell? Everyone was a kid at some point. Don't bully them, you know?
Yeah.
We're all obnoxious little shits at some point in our life, and then we grow up, you know?
I think people are worse as adults than they are as kids.
I think so.
I love how kids are.
I wouldn't blame a kid for anything, but if an adult is like this obnoxious saying shit like that, I'd be like, no.
Yeah, I just remember seeing some of his videos and him just being like, they just hate children. Like, they really hate it. And I remember Unnatural Vegan would she did respond to him and be like, it's not normal to hate kids this much. Like, that's not a normal thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's a red flag to me.
I was about to say that.
That's like a misanthrope red flag. I mean, not even to any worldview. It's just like you're a misanthrope if you hate children, I think.
Yeah,
honestly.
if you don't want to be around kids or you don't want to have kids, that's normal. That's fine.
I totally
that's a
get that. Like, I don't think I want to have children, but that doesn't mean if I see a child in public, I'm going to be like, that little shit, I wish I could strangle it. That is a red flag if you're saying that kind
scary.
of shit.
So that's the kind of vibe. He was always very aggressive about everything he does. So yeah.
He's roared it up.
Yeah. He would also attack people and be like, I can tell you this person's definitely on steroids, blah, 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 blah. He was those kind of people.
Do you think he was juicing?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I have no idea.
None of us know whether or not.
No one knows. Ellen Fisher. I also used to like her videos a lot. She was a mostly raw vegan. She lives in Hawaii. Has 5 kids that she raises vegan. She is anti-vax. Does not wear sunscreen. And homeschools her kids. She has a home birth for all her children. And she posts on YouTube, but she mainly has a podcast now where she has a lot of controversial guests and conversations.
Great.
I used to really love her channel, and I thought her lifestyle was very beautiful.
Yeah, because it's Hawaii.
Well, not just that, but I mean, like, like when you're part of this movement and you're like seeing it, you're like, like, that does seem nice. But like, I am having home births, the beauty of that, and the beauty of like taking homeschooling your kids. Like she really romanticizes that lifestyle, and it did seem beautiful at one point in my life. Now looking back on it, I'm like anti-vax.
Yeah, when you start thinking
doesn't wear
about
sunscreen. I'm like, that would have been dangerous if I would have had kids and gone down that lifestyle too. Like, Because again, they live in Hawaii. I lived in Hawaii, and I remember getting the worst sunburn of my life there, where we all had like blisters on our body.
Yeah, I've had it that bad. Yeah.
Because we didn't put sunscreen on enough. Like we had to do like every hour.
Yeah.
And Hawaii's sun is like no joke.
No, I totally believe that. I mean, I had the same thing happen to me once, just even like here in the lower 48 on the Gulf, like just going to the beach without my shirt on. I got the worst itch of my life, and I felt like I wanted to die. Like I would have willingly jumped into like the pits of death. It was awful. So I'm never going anywhere without sunscreen ever again after that. But to see someone do this in Hawaii is insane.
The sun is trying to kill us, y'all.
It is. It wants us off this rock.
Taking our kids to with like the beach and stuff, no sunscreen or anything. Which,
It was during my high school graduation rehearsal. So I was wearing a tank top, not the robes. But yeah, it looks like my skin had been boiled.
Yeah, I was like 10 years old, and it's like, blisters all over my skin. It was bad.
It's no fun.
It's not fun.
Oh, this guy.
Nick Avocado.
There he is. He was vegan?
He was vegan, yes. That's how he started his career, is that he was a vegan vlogger.
I don't think I knew that.
In 2014. In 2016, he quit his vegan diet and expressed frustrations with the vegan movement, and he started eating meat and doing mukbang kind of videos where he would eat all his food. He started a lot of drama with YouTubers, gained a lot of weight, and then recently came out and showed off that he lost 250 pounds.
Didn't he do that like in secret, where he pre-recorded all the fat stuff, and then it turned out he was losing all the weight?
And then he just randomly posted a video, be like, "I'm skinny, like I lost all
fooled
weight."
you.
I did see that. I thought it was a prank.
No, he lost all
He really
that
did
weight.
lose the weight. Okay.
And he is no longer vegan, obviously.
Yeah, it turns out.
But yeah, he did start off in that vegan movement. So back to Freely and Durian. So in 2015, all this stuff is going on, and they decide they're going to go on a break. So they have a little break up for a little bit. During this time, Durian has been very open about being intimate with other women. Like he's very, very open about this. One of the women did come forward and say that she was pressured into it. He clapped back by saying that she was a clout chaser and that her boyfriend is a cuck. And
oh my God.
He was the one who got a bruise on his...
guess.
From her. She did such a crazy job during the oral part.
He got a bruise.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And these are things that he straight up says, like in his video. Like he doesn't censor any of that. And he's
like, who even wants to hear that? If I just heard someone say that randomly to me, I'd be like, too much information, brother.
That's how his whole channel is. He's always giving a lot of information. But Freely and Durian had to get back together.
Good for them, I guess.
YouTube ads. Okay. So they made a lot of money off of YouTube, right? Because of their videos. But around this time, YouTube decided to make a drastic change in ads. Mainly the ads wanted it. Where they decided that they didn't want their ads on certain types of video. So YouTube uses this algorithm that looks at videos and decides if they're going to be monetized by ads or not. And this became a big issue because a lot of YouTubers didn't know what the algorithm was doing. And it caused, because YouTube was like not clear about it at all during this time. So they had no idea what can make money, what can't be monetized. And because YouTube really hates videos where you're attacking people and being aggressive, it's really hurt Durian Ryder and Freely's type of content. So that's why they kind of fall from their pedestal, is this YouTube ad apocalypse.
Algorithm gods, I totally believe algorithms are our modern day pagan deities that we have to pray to on the altar, but we'll never understand their will. I might do a whole podcast about that because I believe it. I believe it.
We give them offerings.
It's a perfect parallel.
Crazy time. But yeah, that's a big reason why they're not as popular today, is because this ad thing happened.
No longer profitable.
A breakup. In July of 2016, they broke up after being together for a decade. So they've been together for quite a long time. It started off nicely, but they kept they kept each other's like links in their videos. They would talk about each other. It was like very nice, but that didn't last long. They started feuding and fighting on YouTube, and they would make claims about each other, and the other one would debunk it. They both claim that the other was abusive, and there was physical violence. They both started dating younger people, and still to this day make videos. Mainly Durian. He still makes videos about her. And she'll talk back about him, but they're both still YouTubers to this day. But he likes to talk about her. He still talks.
Are they smear videos, or are they just mentioning her? Like
smear. Yeah.
Smears. Okay.
He's always bringing out more lore to their relationship.
Great. Yeah, we'd love to see it. Toxicity.
Yeah, it gets kind of weird.
Yeah, it sounds obsessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if he's with another partner.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. If I were the partner, I'd be like, can we shut it about Freely? Like, if this is in your past, let it be in your past, okay?
Yeah.
So Freely and her younger boyfriend moved to a jungle property and claimed to live off the grid. They grow their own food, but she does have beauty products and does go to restaurants and sometimes has beauty products delivered to her. So that's not
Amazon
really
can get to her.
off the grid.
I bet, yeah.
But it does seem very romanticized idea of like, oh, I live in a jungle off the grid.
Yeah, but then an Amazon truck shows up outside the front door one day. It's like, no, you don't. You're not off the grid.
At least not off the grid enough to really say.
Is this in Thailand?
No, I don't think so.
It's in Australia, I guess,
so,
right?
yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Do you know the age difference between her and the younger boyfriend?
No.
That's what I'm curious about.
No, I'm not exactly sure the age difference. I know she talks a lot about him being younger, which is why
another weird
talk about
obsession.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both went after younger people.
Yeah.
COVID.
What
Obviously, with COVID, they both have opinions on it. Freely was living off a grid and claims that COVID was the government's way of increasing surveillance on us. We should all buy land and live off a grid. Durian claims that COVID was being portrayed as worse than it actually was, and they were both very against the vaccine.
Sounds like classic,
Yeah.
anti-vax science.
That's what I'm saying.
denial.
That's why it kind of goes down. When you start off in the raw vegans, you kind of start going down anti-chemicals, anti-vaccines, anti-sunscreen, anti-big pharma, stuff like that.
That makes total sense to me. I mean, if you're starting off by saying cooking is poisoning you, you're going to start like distrusting science.
Yeah.
The stuff that's like more even like not esoteric, but harder for the average Joe to grasp scientifically than cooking, it's going to be harder to understand or want to understand.
Yeah.
You're going to just vilify. It makes sense to me why these people think this stuff.
And a lot of times it's because like a lot of them do get sick and stuff, and the doctors are trying to diagnose it, but are taking it longer than it should, and they end up thinking like, oh, well, that's because they're trying to poison me, they're trying to hurt me, this is the way to save me, and that they would go down that pathway, which is kind of a sad thing.
Yeah.
Stalking. So one is we start seeing like several videos that come out of Durian yelling at people and threatening them. That kind of happens a lot. But the stalking really begins in 2022. Durian Rider shows up to Freely and her boyfriend's home unannounced.
What?
They have videos of this.
The one off the grid?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
no.
he
awful,
explains
though.
it. He explains it though. Like, why he's there.
Okay.
They said that they actually showed YouTube videos of it claiming that he was dangerous and a stalker. He fought back and said that after the video, they calmed down and they had a really nice chat afterwards.
Okay, so stalking led to something kind of nice.
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
He said, I
But-
did show up.
But he also claims that he's been going to that jungle property area for a very long time before they even moved there.
So his claim was like, oh, this is just on my biking route or whatever.
Yeah.
I was here first.
Oh, no.
And he was claiming that he was doing a mental health check on
A
them.
mental health check.
That they were looking like there was something wrong with them, so he decided to stop by. They both don't show any proof of anything and continue to attack and say claims.
So we don't know any of what's true here, do we?
No.
Wild.
We just know it happened. They both agree that he did show up unannounced,
Yeah.
but his reasoning is different than what she's saying. The raw vegan rabbithole 4 movement today, the diet isn't as popular or mainstream as it was, but it is still very alive today. You can still find lots of raw vegans. You still can find lots of rabbithole 4 videos and YouTube channels and Instagram places and that. Probably, again, like on TikTok too. That's very popular.
Seems like a nice new home for it.
Yeah, they would start showing like raw vegan cures all problems. Vaccines are still bad. Raw vegans don't get sunburn. You see a lot of that stuff today. So still very, very much alive.
So do you think the YouTube slaughtering, like the algorithm, killed most of this?
Yeah.
It just stopped promoting the content?
Well, that, and then a lot of people coming forward and saying they're not vegan anymore.
Yeah.
That also killed it. Those were two big things that killed it. And that's why Freely isn't as popular as she was during that time. Because, I mean, if it was still popular, she would be making videos in LA to this day with lots of big Logan Paul or something like that.
It makes
she would probably be doing stuff like that.
I wonder how many people find Freely these days for the off-the-grid stuff. Just because you know how the algorithm always seems to be pushing those weird channels that's just like people doing quote-unquote primitive construction in the jungle. Have you ever seen those videos?
Yes.
They seem to be always on the front pages, like maybe less so than a couple years ago. But I wonder if people watch those just because they think it's funny or fun, and then a Freely video is in the recommendations because she's off the grid and like built her own jungle house, and then they go down the pipeline. Right? It could happen. I could see it.
Well, most of her content is still, again, more about food, but she does talk a little bit about growing her own food. So I can see a lot of people who are going into the homesteading kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can kind of find that with almost any of the YouTubers that I mentioned. A lot of them, like Ellen Fisher, like she started off like, oh, I'm homeschooling my kids. We live on this beautiful property in Hawaii, and a lot of people can kind of get pulled into this. So that's kind of, I think I got a little bit more about Freely during actually.
Yeah.
They're still feuding, mainly him.
Oh my gosh.
Mainly
He can't
him.
let it go. He cannot.
No, he can't. He claims she's had Botox. They still post videos attacking each other. He just like randomly will do videos and just like drop lore about her and claims about her.
That has nothing to do with what he's supposed to be talking about?
No.
He's just like, oh, by the way,
yeah.
she had fucking Botox.
Yeah, he would like look at her face and be like, well, can you tell she had Botox? It's really crazy.
Weird.
They still post videos attacking people. Freely still does that. They attack each other and they have a lot of rants. They still have followings, but not as big. And they both still sell ebooks. And I'm pretty sure Durian's like still a life coach, so he shows like how you can make a lot of money like he does. Like he'll show off all his money. In 2023, Freely shut down her Frugivore forum because she couldn't afford to keep it up anymore, and she told people to interact with her other accounts instead. So
So
no
she had
more Frugivore.
The Frugivore forum was a thing, like a community online, I guess.
Yep.
Just Frugivore
You just
people.
talk about it. Just your basic YouTube during that time. Not YouTube, but internet during that time. You can go into forums and learn from people.
Yeah.
But older people would go to.
That's right. Forums
didn't
are
have
a very
YouTube.
early thing on the internet.
But yeah, that's a little bit about the Raw Ford cult.
That takes it up to the present day pretty much.
It was very popular again, like I said, like the 2010s. And then it just kind of fell off the grid around 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
And it hasn't gotten back up there, but it was a wild time during those years being on YouTube and watching all of this unfold and being like, oh my gosh, they broke up. Like, like the Thailand like fruit festivals. I wish I had money to go to Thailand and go bike ride and eat raw food with these people all day. Like, they seem so cool. It's very easy to get like pulled into this and get sucked down it. And then when you start spending money on it, you kind of get pulled in even more.
I totally see it. I mean, it's these people that are beautiful. Like the women are these skinny, like blonde, like angelic looking. And then the men are just these jacked up, like hunks. And people are like, oh, I want to be like that. And you totally get suckered in that way. It's all visual appeal. And you think this is the way to do it. This is the way to get my like perfect body and live my perfect life. But it's all grift when you really go down the rabbit hole.
It's very sad, but a lot of people kind of fell victim to it and spent a lot of money on their stuff and got more health issues and more health just a lot of different problems with it. But luckily, I did not. I'm like...
Thankfully, yeah.
I'm no longer part of this pipeline who's like anti-vax and all that. I'm not that kind of person. So.
Yeah, thankfully, you are representing a very healthy kind of relationship with food these days.
Yes.
You're a vegetarian, correct?
Yes.
So not full vegan, but
14 years,
14 years vegetarian. I keep a vegetarian kitchen. That's what I do, which means like I'll eat omnivorously when I go out and I'll have what people are having. But when I cook something for myself, it's always vegetarian. That's the lifestyle I'm living right now.
That's great.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
But yeah. So that's basically what we have. So if you want to hear more about weird eras of YouTube or cults and other weird topics that we have, lots of weird lore.
Strange dietary niches. Maybe we need to do one about carnivorism, because like those insane like meat eaters are the other half of that. You know, like the political horseshoe theory.
Yes,
and that's what that reminds. It seems like a case of that.
Yeah.
Of the insane raw tilphor and then the like carnivore T-Rex.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I've interacted with some of those. Like when I was doing a low carb diet to lose a bunch of weight, so many people tried to get me on the carnivore thing. It was insane. I never bought it. I never bit into it, but so many of them did.
Yeah, it's a while.
Eat bacon every day. That kind of
I remember
heart disease.
I remember when I worked
wouldn't take it.
as a paraprofessional with my first grade teacher. She would talk about like, oh, it's actually like healthier to eat bacon than it is to eat a banana, because like they would believe that sugar is like it's so bad that eating bacon was better to eat fat. It was crazy.
Wild.
It's like going from high carb to high fat. Like it's really weird.
Okay,
we need moderation.
You know what I just considered about Freely? You hear every now and then, all right, bananas have potassium. Everybody knows that.
Yes.
Some people say that if you eat enough bananas, you'll be radioactive. But you would have to eat like that many bananas.
It's an insane amount you have to eat within a few seconds.
Yeah, I always hear like, all right, you could never actually be radioactive because you'd have to eat that many bananas, and no one would. But Freely makes me think there are people out there that would or could.
You have to eat it in a certain amount of time period, though. That's the problem.
So you don't think Freely could ever have been radioactive?
No, sadly not.
There's potassium poisoning. I don't know if the body doesn't really whatever fast enough as well.
Yeah. But it's like within a certain time period, you have to like eat it like really fast during that time period. It's like very hard to do it with just bananas.
Yeah.
It's usually like some medicine thing. If you eat too many bananas while you're on this medicine, you could get potassium poisoning.
Yeah, she has not died from potassium poisoning.
No.
Or had any symptoms of that.
But that is insane. Like, I understand why some people would say a bacon slice is healthier than a banana if you really, like, break it down. But that's taking it completely out of the context of the rest of the diet you're eating.
Yeah.
Like, it's not when you just try and do that in practice.
No.
But this diet sphere is insane. The amount of variations on this people have made. And it's all shovels at the gold rush when you see these books they're selling. I think that's the moral of the story. Like, as soon as you follow the money, it becomes so clear what they're trying to do. It's not about making anybody healthier or the planet better. It's like just like the Durian guy. Like, look at my money.
Yeah.
Here's how you make money like him. You write a nice book of grift.
Yep. And show you how you'll be so much better if you lost all this weight and ate a certain diet.
Well, I guess that's Mothman, what do you have to say? I wonder what Mothman eats every day.
People.
I
know. I bet he's a herbivore.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know what moths themselves eat. Do they even eat?
They do eat. Like, some don't have mouths, I think.
A lot of like creatures that go through the cocoon.
But they do. But they do have like they say that moths eat clothing. That's why they have mothballs.
That's true. They're eating something in the clothing, I guess.
And we had moths at the historical houses we worked at, and that was like a really big issue because they were eating some of the artifacts.
Yeah, so Mothman like maybe wouldn't eat you, but would eat your clothes. Sexy.
Yeah.
On that note,
wait, I gotta write that down.
We're adding that into our cryptid thing.
Goodness,
but anyway, I think on that note, we're gonna close this one down. Everybody like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content.
Follow us on our other platforms too.
So we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube.
OnlyFans, no.
Patreon. And Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon. We're going to have content on Patreon probably by the time you're hearing this. Hopefully. It's good. So
yeah, a lot behind the scenes, extra content, and even more things that go with it. So check it out. It's very cheap. We would love to have support.
You're helping us do this, and we hope you're entertained either way. Until next time, Space Beam Sonar PowerPoint Podcast signing off.
Bye. Bye.